because I do want to hear this myself.
Okay. Right, my name is Marsha Wright, and I am an artist, and my medium right now is in oil and printmaking. But I've been doing meditation with intention for over 30 years, and so I've always been very involved with my inner work, inner reflection, going in to find my true self, and developing that over the years. And when Lisa asked me to come here and be part of this, I didn't want to do it. I thought, well, what am I going to say? But when I went back and looked on the web for what is spiritual well-being, what is that? What does that mean? I realized that I have been doing spiritual work and working towards that half my life, so most of my adult life. And so although I'm not trained to teach that, I've been doing these things personally. So I feel that searching for a deeper meaning in my life has been a part of my spiritual grounding, and doing meditation has helped me to find those answers for myself. So now I believe that I have a real rich inner life, and I'm beginning to bring it more out into the world. So it's not so much that I'm keeping it inside, which is what I've mostly done in my life. And it's been wonderful, but now I'm trying to share more of myself with other people, and so this is a big deal for me to be here. It's a stepping stone, because I share with one or two people, but sharing like this is not my thing. But I wanted to step out and take this next level, take myself to the next level. So, as I said, I started this spiritual journey really a long time ago, but it was not just spiritual, it was wrapped up with psychological and physical, nutritional, emotional. I was doing that whole thing. I got very involved in learning about Carl Jung and his teachings, and that I found a group of women who were also artists, and we all had that same interest, so we kind of grew together. But mainly what I wanted to do was to connect with my true self, because I denied what my true self was most of my life. I had an artist soul, and I wasn't allowing my artist soul to come out and be alive. And so my life was mostly about trying to be really good at everything. I was trying to be professional. I was in the sciences. I did a lot of things that I could do. I'm intelligent enough, but I was not happy. I was shriveling up on the inside. I knew that my artist soul was still alive, but it was really buried. And so that was really the beginning of my growth, was to say, okay, what do I really want in my life? What is my true self, and meditation would help me to really figure that out. Because what meditation does is stop you from going on and on and on in your head about everything in your life, because we have tons of things we have to take care of. We have so many responsibilities. We have things that don't go right in our lives. And to be able to stop, even for 5 minutes, and allow yourself to relax, and your mind to relax, your body to relax, gives you the opportunity to start hearing and listening to what is important, really important to you. So, like I said, I spent a lot of time exploring myself and my inner world, trying to connect to my true self. And, okay, let's talk about something else later. So meditation was part of how I did that, and how I continued to do that. And finding inner peace is another benefit of spiritual well-being. So like I said, meditation really helps to de-stress your life and help you to find peace. If you're always in turmoil, if your mind is always running, you don't have any peace in your life. You're fragmented, you're frustrated, and it's important to make a commitment to yourself to slow down and allow yourself to live. I wanted to say an example of how that affected me. Finding inner peace is just something I never had when I was young either. So finding inner peace now is wonderful. And I just got a dog last year, so we've had her a year. And she's teaching me all kinds of things. She's amazing. But you know how dogs are when you go for a walk. They have to stop and smell, and run over here, and of course it's the winter, so they have to eat snow, they have to roll in snow. They are creatures of the moment. They're animals. They don't have this stuff going on in their head all the time. And so it was wonderful to stop one morning and really appreciate her for who she was, and be able to say, I want to be able to do that too every day. So that morning, I was thinking about this, what was I going to say? I was thinking about all the other things in my life that I had to take care of. And I just stopped and looked around, and the world was gorgeous. It was the early morning, the sun was coming up, there was a golden color on the weeds and reeds and grasses, there was sparkles in the snow, there was geese flying over, there was just simple things like that allowed me to let go of my tension and frustration and be in the moment and find some peace. And in the sense, that is a meditation. It's like a mindfulness meditation where you're just paying attention to your emotions and feelings and body, what you're just looking at it. You're not judging it. I mean, I was saying it was beautiful, but I'm not really judging it or judging myself. So finding inner peace is another benefit of spiritual well-being. Feeling content with your life. I could talk forever on that one because I was never content with my life. I was never good enough. Nothing was good enough. And I worked hard to be best or better all the time. I never slowed down. I was constantly on the go. And I wore myself out and burned myself out trying to be something I was not. Number one, I wasn't being my true self. I wasn't content with my life because I wasn't content with myself. So I was constantly searching. Now the search wasn't totally bad because here I am. I did find many things. But to be able to actually feel content with where you are in your life and who you are in your life and what you have is, to me, like a major miracle. It's a miracle to be able to say that and to really mean it and to feel it. And it took me my whole life to get to even a small part of that. And I think meditation and paying attention to your true self, searching for inner peace, can all help you find some contentment in your life. Another big one for me was finding purpose and meaning. I was always searching for the perfect job, perfect vocation that would mean me, and that I would make all kinds of money, and I would have it all, everything would be great. But mostly I just wanted to feel like I was being successful. And I struggled with that. I didn't know. I would go within, I would meditate, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And that my true self, being an artist, just didn't seem, when I started paying attention to that even, it didn't seem, well, how am I going to live off being an artist? That's a difficult one. And when I finally I did finally go back to school and make a commitment to myself, went back to school, got my degree in art. It was a struggle, and I didn't enjoy it because I was applying all that negative stuff to even that, which I knew I wanted to do. And now, what I realize, that when you're looking for meaning and purpose in your life, it is not just your job or your vocation, or it's the underlying stuff. For me, I found out what I really wanted to do was express myself, was to be able to freely do my artwork, but do it with freedom and joy and beauty and magic and enchantment. That's what I wanted to do. That's not what the art world wants. I would never be successful in the art world like that. Or maybe I would. See, that's a very negative thing. I don't need to say that. But I got disillusioned with the art world because it looked to me like it was going to force me into another box that I didn't want to be in. And so once I actually just discovered what I really wanted to do, what really gave me meaning, that became, I could relax into it, and that became my purpose in life. And I think whatever you do, it doesn't, if you're a parent and you're raising your children, and that's a beautiful purpose, if that's really, I mean, you would do it anyway, but there may be part of you that's not about raising your children. Maybe you do want to be art creative, or maybe you want to sing, or maybe you want to have a garden. And if those are things that feed your soul, then that's what needs to be, that's what you need to be doing. Little by little, big by big, doesn't matter, but begin feeding your soul and nourishing that part of you. That's what's important. And until you do, there'll always be this discontent. You'll never really have any peace. I think meditation is not the only way that you can connect with that, but it's a good starting point, and it's an easy one to do. I think meditation's great. Let's see, what else can I talk about? What did I put down? Maintaining balance and a sense of control. I think that once you find your inner true self, you have some inner peace and you're content, then you are beginning to find balance and a sense of control in your life, because you don't get thrown off balance. You can come back to your center and your core and feel comfortable with who you are. So when challenges occur, which of course they will, challenges always occur, we always have issues we have to deal with. Life isn't, that's how life is. But it doesn't mean we have to totally be thrown off. Anyways, thank you. So that's just wanted to say that about balance and control. The meaning and purpose, I talked about that. Because that was meaning and purpose. I still can't believe how big a deal that was for me. I whipped myself. Do this. One time I went to get a master's in business administration, because I thought that was what I needed for my next level of my career. I could do it. I was doing the classwork. I was surviving. But by my second semester, I was starting to be a little crazy. And I was taking notes, and I went to visit my parents, and so I had all my notes out because I couldn't stop. And I was making these teeny little letters. I was making notes in these teeny little, perfectly formed letters. I mean, you could read it, I could read it, but that is totally the opposite of me. I write like this. I'm gestural. I love writing. I think it's beautiful, and I was putting myself in this smaller and smaller box. So getting off of that, digging myself out of that hole took a while, but it was worth it. It was so worth it. So now, since I only have 10 minutes, we're going to do a meditation. I'm going to drum, and we're going to do meditation with breath. And then after we do meditation with breath, I'm going to introduce 2 words, and we're going to breathe in relaxation and breathe out tension. And then I'm going to do a really short guided meditation, but it will be all just continuous. So I'll drum lightly and continue to do this. So while you're doing this, I want your feet on the floor, flat on the floor. You can sit comfortably with your hands in your lap. Close your eyes. And before we do that, I want to read one poem. Because this is from Going In and In with Donna Falls. And I love this. It's called Breath. Breath, the mindful breath, the rhythm, out and in, the wave that washes through our days, creating space for stillness, sorrow, joy, or exaltation. Full, then empty, ebb and flow. Breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort, but to breathe and listen. So that's what we're going to do. I want you to breathe in. Hesitate for a moment and breathe out. Breathe in, hesitate for a moment and breathe out. Breathe in, hesitate for a moment and breathe out. I'm going to continue to drum while you breathe in and out. Just quietly for a moment, for a minute. Now, I want you to breathe in relaxation. Feel relaxing energy flow through you. Feel your body. And then let go of the tension as you breathe out. Breathe in relaxation. Breathe out tension. Breathe in relaxation. Breathe out tension. Okay, now I want you to focus on your heart. Feel your heart energy. Fill it with love and light. And then push that energy, feel that energy flow down into the earth. Feel it go down to the core of the earth. That energy that's in the core of the earth start to come up through your bottom of your feet into your legs and reside again in your heart. Feel the foundation and the strength of going down into the earth and coming back up. this energy in your heart center to move up through your crown of your head, out and into the cosmos, out into the universe, and let that universal energy flow back down in you, through the crown of your head and back to your heart. Feel that wisdom and the alignment it can create as that energy flows. This energy in your heart center now is a blending of earth and sky. Now feel it flowing up and down so that you are standing in a column of light and love. And feel that energy fully moving through you. Now expand that energy out. This combination of earth and sky, of light and love. Feel it expanding out around you so that you are this radiant being upon the earth. A radiant being of energy. Feel the power of this, the love of this, the strength of this. Because this is what we are. We are radiant beings. Slow down the drumming, and I want you to slowly bring yourself back into this room. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself sitting in the chair, your hands in your lap. And open your eyes slowly. Of course, you don't have to use a drum to meditate. All you have to do is use your breath. And it's breathing. The breath is a powerful way to slow your life down, bring relaxation to your body and mind. There's been all kinds of studies. I mean, it works on blood pressure, and it works on immune system. It's pretty amazing to do this simple thing. There's a lot of different ways to meditate. There's a lot of different kinds of meditations. This is a good beginning one. And I'm going to read one more poem. This is called Birthright. Despite illness of body or mind, in spite of blinding despair or habitual belief, who you are is whole. Let nothing keep you separate from the truth. The soul, illumined from within, longs to be known for what it is, undying, untouched by fire or the storms of life. There is a place inside where stillness and abiding peace reside. You can ride the breath to go there. Despite doubt or hopeless turns of mind, you are not broken. Spirit surrounds, embraces, fills you from the inside out. Release everything that isn't your true nature. What's left, the fullness, light and shadow, claim all that as your birthright.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
And so, like, final little thing I want to say. I want to read it as I liked it. My message to you all. Re-enchant your life. Find magic and joy everywhere. Love yourself. Laugh a lot. Have fun. And share yourself. And I have something for everyone to remind you that you are a radiant being. So this is just a little crystal. So take the crystal and pass it on.
Are we wrapped up